SOL Rally Barbados and all its awesome action highlights coming up. Welcome back to Race 1. The wait is finally over, and thousands of fans and competitors were going to get their chance to quench their thirst for the highly anticipated SOL Rally Barbados. The Caribbean's premier rally is set to take fans and drivers to all parts of the Paradise Island of Barbados as the Weapons of Speed launch their attack on the tarmac of 22 special stages, which is to cover 132.6 competitive kilometers.
We're here at the start of Rally Barbados and everyone is lining up. What's the feeling?
Good and confident, the car is ready. We had a slight scare on Monday with a burst damper. Fortunately, Jason King had all the bits and the knowledge to rebuild it. So he actually rebuilt both the front dampers and we're good to go, everything's good.
You're coming into this rally as the fastest man from King of the Hill. Does that put additional pressure on you?
A little bit. I've just become the hunted and not the hunter. Never been in this position before starting Rally Barbados, but we'll get through tonight. The main goal is to bring it home tonight and then we'll attack hard tomorrow.
Well, all the best.
Thank you.
Hi, Logan Watson. How's it going?
Not bad. We didn't have a very good weekend last weekend, but this weekend is maximum with that. Stage 1, maximum with that.
Did you have to do anything to the car before the start?
Yeah, we were still fighting with the brake issues that we were having. I think we have that fully solved now. We'll know in stage 1. And we had a back bolt that was backing out of the suspension. So that was all fixed and we're good to go.
What's the feeling like in terms of going into a night stage to start this rally?
I actually don't mind it. I wish it had more because I don't want to get all hyped to start it. No, I only do 2 stages. Like I would have rallied through mostly night and then maybe start later tomorrow, but it's up to the organisers. But I'm happy to do the next stage.
How's the car? How's it feeling?
And the car is fine. They broke an axle the last event and I thought it was a CV joint, but it was the axle and I don't have any spares. And I managed to get one fixed. I'm not too confident with that at this point, but it should last me any rally. But I still gonna go from balls to wall from the beginning. So.
Fantastic, feeling really good. Definitely in shape and getting used to the car stage by stage. So we're picking up speed, which is good.
It's a new car to you this year. Why the change?
I just think because the rules and regulations was changing a little bit, and the Escort was just running a little heavy on weight. And I figured to catch someone like Darryl, I needed to do something, and this is the direction I decided to go.
So what's the overall plan for this weekend?
I think don't let them get too far away from me. So going in tonight feeling confident and want to come out and go in tomorrow morning with close to them. Probably not with them, but close.
Fabian Clark right here getting ready for Rally Barbados 2017. What's it feeling like?
Fantastic. Just had some issues getting here, but we're good to go now.
What issues?
CV joint.
So what's the plan for this weekend?
Make it in the end.
All the best.
Okay, thanks.
The weather was good and we have a nice stages tonight, so I think it will be fine.
How many times has this been since you've been back to Barbados?
The last 3 years I didn't come, and before that I was 5 years in a row here with the Mini.
What keeps you coming back to this rally?
If you see the videos and the photos, if you're at home you think, I have to be there. So,
what's your plan for this weekend?
Trying to finish.
Well, all the best.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Jeffrey Panton, defending Rally Barbados champion, and you're getting ready to start 2017. What's the feeling like?
I'm a little nervous at the moment, but we're ready to go.
You won King of the Hill. You won King of the Hill last year, so great start.
Yeah, it's a good start, definitely a good start. We can't complain. We also won the warm-up rally leading into this rally, so there's some level of confidence, and let's hope to carry it into the weekend.
What's the game plan for this weekend?
You know, it's the night stages affect some people. I don't think it affects us, but you never know. So our aim would be to go out and try and put down some really good times in the very beginning, to try and give us a cushion going into the rest of the rally. So we'll see what happens.
The fancy ceremonial start saw Jamaicans Jeffrey Panton and Michael Fennell over the ramp first, followed by England's Rob Swan and Darren Garrett. The night stage joined parts of the Sailor Gully stage with the Diamond Corner stage, and getting things going was the defending champion Jeffrey Panton and Michael Fennell Jr. from Jamaica in in the ex-Marcus Gronholm 2006 Ford Focus World Rally car. Hot on his heels, well off the line at least, was car number 2, England's Rob Swan, who was having a few issues with the car on the night and gave up 15 seconds on the first stage to Panton. Barbados' best hopes of winning the rally was Roger Skeet. Skeet was second in the first stage but could not match the rapid pace of Panton, who was still 12 seconds ahead. Many were looking for an epic two-wheel drive battle which would have included Josh Reed, but a broken timing belt ended his rally on the first stage. Mark Thompson developed a few problems on the first day with a bad fuel pump and broken shaft in the gearbox, but was still in the running. Logan Watson missed his turn, but at the end of the night he was just outside the top 20. Turks and Caicos Stan Hartling totally missed his braking point and flew across the road instead of turning left. Sammy Cumberbatch looked all set to make his turn, but maybe a bit too long, and the brakes. Nonetheless, he was able to continue. Roger Mears in the Toyota Starlet was all set to blaze the night stages, but was again forced out with gearbox issues. A quick overnight nap for the competitors and it was on to day 2, all refreshed and refueled. The crews were now preparing for 2 long days of rallying. Final preparations as it was about time to get going. Onto the stages where some other preps were being made. Rum, fun and food preparations. Now this is a good liming spot. Rhett Watson and Roger Mears heavily involved. With a 21-second lead after the night, Jeffrey Panton was not backing off his pace, as he knew that the pack would be hunting him. Panton was going in search of his 3rd consecutive SOL Rally Barbados title, and not even this brief stall was getting in his way. Rob Swan was second at the start of the day and blazed his way to an opening stage victory on stage 3 at Lambert's. Watch him fly down this straight. But a bit too late on the brakes and he dropped some time with this missed turn. England's Roger Duckworth had some time to make up after the 2 night stages on day 1. But with each passing stage, he was making his way up the standings, starting at 9th and moving up to 5th. Another one on the move was England's Kevin Proctor, who was 8th after the first stage and moved up to 4th as he was consistently posting fast times. Roger Skeet was 3rd at the start of day 2 with time to make up. The Sheriff was on the edge, but then he had to show more than just the speed of the Subaru Impreza S12B, as he narrowly misses touching down on this wall. Now folks, that is some awesome braking power. The battle in the WRC2 class was in full swing. Barbados' Roger Hill led after day 1 by 4 seconds, but England's Roger Duckworth led after the first stage on day 2. Having an amazing start to the rally was Dane Skeet in the Peugeot 306 Maxi. The son of Roger Skeet, Dane was 3rd fastest on the first stage of the rally and entered day 2 4th overall. Barry Mears was the sole remaining member of the M&M team after his brother bowed out with a transmission issue they couldn't solve. However, Barry in the Ford Fiesta was not on the same pace as Dane Skeet, but Mears was still inside the top 10 and the second fastest two-wheel drive. This turn to enter Vaucluse was giving most of the competitors trouble, and even Group A class leader Avinash Chatrani got caught out. Andrew Jones was locked in a battle for the Super Modified 3 top place, which was finally poised. Jones led by about half a second from Justin Campbell to start day 2. With the Evolution repaired, Mark Thompson was free to fly, but had lost about 55 seconds and was behind the class leader, Andrew Malalou. England's Nigel Warswick slipped from one place outside the top 10 to outside the top 20 on day 1, but was already fighting back on day 2. Joe McQuillan, who was marking his 6th time here, received a 30-second time penalty from the very first stage on day 1. Scotland's Barry Grunwater was one of 3 competitors moved from Group A to WRC1 because they had sequential gearboxes. A little late on the brakes into this corner, and he was also moved into this ditch. As expected, first-timer to Rally Barbados Graham Coffey had a cautious start, but soon found his groove and was posting top 10 times. Justin Campbell was trading places for the class lead with Andrew Jones on the second day, and this mistake wouldn't have helped in his fight. Scotland's Brian Watson's Mitsubishi WRC replica was moved from WRC1 to WRC2, and he missed his braking point and the turn. He was in the top 30 overall places on the day. A number of issues such as a broken axle saw Darrell Clark only completing 2 stages on day 2. After leading Group N, Andrew Malalou had mechanical problems on stage 5, which saw him handing back the class lead to Mark Thompson as he crept through the stage. Kurt Thompson developed a problem from the first stage of the second day, and he missed 5 stages because of it. Chris Elliott was in the top 20 before whatever this problem is caused him not to complete stage 7 at Canefield. Jamal Brathwaite was second in Modified 2, but was not having a good day, as he was having some issues during the second loop of stages. It has been an incredible 2 days for Neil Corbin, who was 11th in the overall standings and the clear leader of Super Modified 1. His battle was for the overall places, as he was way ahead of his class and a mere 2 seconds off the 10th place crew. Logan Watson only completed the first stage of day 3 before his problems set in. Davidson Hill was making sure the BMW knew how to go sideways. Despite this, he was 3rd in Super Modified 3 and inside the top 20. Trinidad and Tobago's Ryan Pinheiro was 3rd in Group A before stage 10, which he did not complete. Mark Kinch looked at 1 with his weapon of speed, or should I say, drift. Let's watch him play. He was 4th in Super Modified 3. Wales' Rupert Lomax was 2nd in Group A and just inside the top 20. After his crash at King of the Hill, it took some feverish repairs to get Scotland's Fraser Loudon's Mitsubishi Evolution 9 to the start of the rally. The father and son team of Norman and Kyle Catwell were going well before they went over the time limit while fixing a problem on the Volkswagen. Leading Modified 2 was Turks and Caicos Paul Horton in the Citroen DS3 R3 Max. He was also in the overall top 20. Edward Corbin was leading Modified 1 and was letting it all hang out. Scotland's Kenny Hall was third in Modified 1 before he missed the last 4 stages of day 2. After his mishap on day 1, Sammy Cumberbatch was still able to continue and stay in the overall hunt. Wales' Andrew Hockridge was third in Modified 2. Netherlands' Frans Verbaas pushing the Mini Cooper was 15 seconds behind the Group B2 leader. Scotland's Andy Scott in the Ford Escort Mark I was fourth in Modified 2. Rookie Sean Cummings attempted to deliver the beef and potato drift. He only got the potato. We're still waiting for the beef.
Ik hou van Rally Barbados. I love Rally Barbados.
Back to the action. Rally leader Jeffrey Panton kept the hammer down, and after not winning the opening stage of day 2, he rattled off a string of 5-stage victories before placing second by mere split seconds on stage 9. And he finished off the day with 3 consecutive stage wins to add to his tally and to make it 10 of 12 stage wins. The other 2 stage wins belonged to England's Rob Swan, who was finding it hard to lay down some consistent times. Swan gave up as much as 21 seconds to Panton on one stage and then 15 seconds on another. However, he was still comfortably in second place. A blistering run through stage 10 at Canefield gave Roger Duckworth the second fastest time on the stage and moved him from 5th overall to 4th, just ahead of Dane Skeet. His next target would be fellow Englishman Kevin Proctor. Proctor was 5th and then worked his way up with some top 5 stage times into 3rd place by stage 5. In his Ford Fiesta R5, his margin ahead of Duckworth was less than a second. A mistake on stage 4 at Canefield cost Roger Skeet 32 seconds to the stage winner. He slipped from 3rd to 5th, and with him, Barbados' hopes of retaining the title. Roger Hill was just off the pace of a rapid Roger Duckworth in the WRC2 class, but was 2nd in the class and 8th overall. Dane Skeet started the rally in emphatic style, as he was 3rd fastest on the first day, beating out the 4-wheel drives. Second in the 2-wheel drive battle was Barry Mears, who was about 40 seconds adrift of Dane Skeet, but just behind Skeet in the overall standings. Still out front in Group A was Avinash Chatrani, and here he has a close encounter with this pole. Scotland's James Thompson might have been enjoying the speed of the Vauxhall Nova a bit too much. this beast gets away from Andrew Costin Hurley on the Springvale stage. New Zealand's Craig Marshall could not stop in time. Though he continued, he missed the last 4 stages of the day. This wall seemed to have a magnet attached to it, as Derek Edwards soon finds out. Talk about plowing your way through. Here, England's Joe Trollan keeps his foot on the gas and makes it back out. Ireland's Martin Taylor seemed to be taking the cautious approach, but he may have heard the wrong pace note on this occasion. There must be something wrong with this corner, as England's Anthony Pownell also gets it wrong. Jonathan Ince only completed 5 of the 12 stages as his rear left wheel seems to be broken. Jeremy Gonzalez got to stage 7, but he was forced to miss the rest of the day. The historic 2 leader by almost 2 minutes was Greg Cozier. Jonathan Still was enjoying himself after missing 3 stages, and here he is being caught by Scotland's Alan McKay. This is the Toyota Starlet of Josh Reed after he crashed on stage 7, which would have been his first stage for the day after completing overnight repairs to the engine. Was this supposed to be a Scandinavian flick? It's more like an aim at our cameraman by Calvin Briggs. Fabian Clark in the Suzuki Ignis gives chase and also ends up going after the Race 1 cameraman. Sean the Flickster Cummings knows how to find his reverse gear in no time. Kevin Proctor was 3rd at the end of day 2, 1 minute and 41 seconds adrift of the leader. Rob Swan was 2nd overall at this point. Stamping their authority on the rally were defending champions Jamaica's Jeffrey Panton and Michael Fennell Jr. Day 3 of Rally Barbados next time on Race 1.